explosions like a heartbeat. Yeah, my mind's keen rushes of emotion. Now let's do it again.
I remember as a little girl when there came a time when my mom wanted to move the two of us. Don't ask me how I can recall this still to this day, but I can vividly remember the criteria required in order for a house to be a contender. First and foremost, the house had to possess within itself an attic fan, because as far as she was concerned, nothing was more appealing than the sound of the fresh outside air gliding through the vents on warm summer evenings. Secondly, a clothesline, as nothing pairs better with the former than a set of freshly laundered linens dried by the same source. My mom was a simple kind of gal. She required very little, and she always seemed to embrace the tiny glimmers that came her way. While I'm not quite as fly by the seat of my pants as she was, I can definitely see and feel the same wild spirit living inside a couple of my kiddos.
Got no potion, but we can touch the sky. We are young.
So it's hard for me to really explain it, but anytime there are any conversations revolving around seasons change or the transition of seasons, I always get this overwhelming urge to get my house in order and sort of prepare for that transition. Specifically when it comes to the fall, when our schedules get a lot more buttoned up and life gets a little bit more chaotic, I just always want to make sure that whenever there is just chaos or busyness, that in the back of my mind, I know I've got a welcoming, comfortable, orderly home waiting for us upon our return. So that's really what the next couple weeks are for me as we kind of get back into the more structured mindset. Basically just preparing our house so that when the pace really starts picking up, I know that the house is ready and waiting for us when we need a bit of calmness and essentially a soft space to land.
Will you wake with me in the sunrise, sunrise, sunrise? Will you wake with me for the moonlight, moonlight?
Well, good morning, friends. So I've had this project that I've wanted to do pretty much the entire summer, but I'm actually glad that I waited to do it because while we're on the subject of the summer kind of winding down and things being fleeting and eventually coming to an end, I thought it would be really fun to kind of memorialize portions of the season. Y'all have likely seen this before. It's actually called shadow art. And I thought it'd be fun to do it with some flowers that we picked from around the land. And it'll also act as a beautiful piece of artwork when we're all finished. So I started thinking, I thought it would be fun to use our sunflowers for this project. Problem is, most of them are either harvested or about to be, so they're not exactly in the best shape at the moment, but I'm pretty sure we will manage to find a few we can work with.
This last light's fade. Oh, you'll walk with me in the one light, one light, one light.
Okay, so we got our flowers picked out. The next thing is arranging them inside of a little vase so that when they kind of cast a shadow, they'll make a pretty subject for us to be able to trace.
One line, one line, one line. How you smile Oh, you'll dance with me. First sight, first sight, first sight. Fall asleep, night after night, after night, after night. I will walk and fly away. I will say, love the rains they would take. Won't you wait with me for the sunrise, sunrise, sunrise? Holding close to me in the one light, one light, one light.
So our summer garden is definitely beginning to draw to a close, and one thing that I have learned from gardening is that once one season is beginning to end, it's time to start preparing for the next. So that's actually what we're going to be doing in a bit, but I wanted to head out to one of our favorite nurseries and see if they had any fun root vegetables or anything that would be fun to put in the ground before fall so that we can harvest it when it comes time.
When they tell you, get your head down, I will tell you, keep your head up, and I will hold you closer. I will hold you close. Take your questions by the millions. Put your coat on, steal your kisses, and I will hold you closer. I will hold you close.
Well, good morning, friends. So, a few years ago, I started challenging myself to find certain pieces from higher end companies and see if I could reproduce the exact replica of them. My last one was this Free People hat, and I tell you, I was set to find the exact yarn, the exact color match, and if you were to put them side by side, I bet you could not tell the difference. With that said, I figured it might be fun to do a similar challenge every few weeks here. If this catches on and this is something you want to see, you could potentially send me links to certain things you'd like me to recreate. This week I thought I would give you a little taste of it to kind of give you an idea of what I'm thinking of. I also wanted to know, would you want to see the exact replica of it or would you want to see my version of it? So this week I'm pretty much going to do my version of it. Anyway, I would love your feedback about this in the comment section, but for today I thought it'd be fun to reproduce this. I found it on Anthropologie. It goes for $68. I'm going to use a shirt that I already have as well as the yarn that I've already got. I think it makes it a little bit more authentic when I'm just using things that I have laying around the house. But again, if you would like to see the identical replication, just let me know your thoughts. So as far as the yarn goes, I'm going to be using Lang Yarns Baby Cotton in the organic color. For the hook, I'm going to be using a 2mm. I will say, if given the option, I would probably go with a thinner yarn, but this is what we got. Okay, so I pretty much just have one more round before I complete the granny square. Now, the more I actually looked at the photo and kind of studied the way that they crocheted the actual pocket itself, the more I'm convinced that it's not actually been done so in a true crochet fashion. I think they did it in a way that it would look crochet. So with that being the case, I could not figure out a pattern to exactly replicate it, but if there is one, let me know in the comment section. So with that being the case, I did my best in trying to kind of make it aesthetically similar, if that makes sense. Okay, so here's the shirt that I picked out. As you can see, it's definitely not the same pattern that the other one has going on, but to me, it looks pretty much like the exact shape. And I think when it's all said and done, out of everything I have, it will most resemble what we are trying to replicate. If you're wondering, I got it from Free People a little over a year ago. They sell shirts with this shape quite frequently if you're looking to do a similar project.
The taxi's parked, the music swells, and old acquaintance are forgot.
The quiet hush of 1 year gone, and caught between the next two cars.
These are good days.
I mean, as far as how easy this project was and how satisfying the end result is, I definitely rank this at the top of my list as far as projects we've done in quite a long time. For the minimal amount of time and effort this took us and what we get in the end, I definitely think this one was worth it. I don't know. What do y'all think? You think it's close?
Cut 'em, shake 'em, throw like confetti.
So, is
Where did you go?
on just before, oops. And it, in when to specifically that it yeah,
Drop the ball,
with
let kisses play. I raise my glass with things to say.
but
These are good days. These are
fit
days. Cut 'em, shake 'em, throw like confetti.
Woo!
so with that being the case,
Cut 'em, shake 'em.
for the minimal
Things have been wondrous since I met your arms. Things have been golden since I combed your hair. I know a new year every time I see